Hey friend, Rod Christofferson here again with another first listen review, and I'm about to babble about some Bon Jovi today. But before I do that, if you like this type of stuff, we just sit around and talk about music, give our opinions on stuff, and just that's about it. That's really what we do here. Like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because if John can do it, so can you. And what I mean by that is, they released this album Forever last year, I believe it was. Couldn't really go out and support it at all. Couldn't tour because John's voice, he had surgery, wasn't up to like snuff yet. He couldn't go out and do it. They actually just announced the other day that they're going back out on tour. Looks like a very short one, but he's back out there doing it again. He thinks he can do it for a couple hours at this point. And so they're out there doing it. They re-released this album with a bunch of guest vocalists on it, added another song to it, and forced me to listen to it again. No, just kidding. I actually have not listened to this album since, I don't even remember if I did a review on this one or not, but it was okay. I mean, I remember listening to it, and it was better than the previous one, and it had some good songs on it, so I was like, all right, I'll get it again. I'll get it with all the guest people on it. Yep, I'll do it. I'm a diehard Bon Jovi fan since day one. His self-titled debut album has like one of the only, I've done it with like 3 albums so far where I played it so much that it just wouldn't play anymore because it just wore out. I've actually done that with 3 albums, and this is one of the ones I did that with way back when it first came out. The first notes of Runaway, I was hooked, and I've been a fan ever since. So, got to get everything. And so I got this and threw it on, and I had heard Red, White, and Jersey already. That was the new song, the new single that they added to this one without any guest vocalists on it. And I actually really do like that song. And quite honestly, it's probably one of the best songs on the album at this point now. But after going through it all again, I'm like, okay, this album actually is pretty good. I probably should have given it more of a listen when I first threw it on. So I'll just run down the guest vocals on each song. I'm not going to go through it too much because it would take me like a very, very long time. But I'm not even familiar with a couple of these guys on here. I hate to admit it. There's a few people on here I just really don't know that well. Not a follower of their music. He's got kind of people from all genres, pop, soul, country, gospel, you name it, like they're on here. So a few of them I'm just not familiar with. But the opening song of the original album, Legendary, is with James Bay, who I'm really not familiar with at all. I kind of like the version without James Bay singing. I like the original better. I don't know who that is, but he didn't really add anything to the song that I thought made it an improvement. But we go on to track number 3 on this one, I guess would be, is We Made It Look Easy. And this has got Robbie Williams singing on this one, who I actually do like. I was not a fan of whatever that boy band he was in before. I don't even remember what it was, but he had a few solo albums here and there, and I'd heard a few. And of course, everybody knows the song Angels, and I actually really liked that song, and thought he had a really good voice. But I don't own any of his stuff, but I've always been like aware of him, and I liked the sound of his voice. And he actually did add something to the song. I actually thought it was kind of a cool mix with him and John singing. And then we go on to Living Proof with Jelly Roll, who I've heard the name a million times. I've heard him sing. I couldn't name you a single song of his. He's got a pretty cool voice. However, in this one, it was fine. He didn't really sing a whole lot in it, quite honestly, but didn't really change my opinion of the song. Still a good song, and what he did was fine. Didn't really do anything I thought made it one way or the other better or worse, but I do enjoy that song. Waves, however, Jason Isbell, who I've heard a few sing before. He's kind of a alt country, I guess, is what he falls under. Listen to a few other of his, he's got a band, I can't remember the name of the band. It's Jason Isbell and something, I can't remember now, but listened to a few of their songs, and I've actually enjoyed them. Never enough to go out and buy anything from them, but I thought the mix on this song was actually pretty cool. It gave it a different dynamic than the original, and I thought it was an interesting take on the song. And these are all, listening back again, actually the songs are pretty good. They're not like anything like that's gonna bring me back to the heydays of like Slippery When Wet or anything like that, but still good songs. I probably should have given this album another chance. I think I said that already, but at this point in time, I was actually really realizing I probably should have given this album another chance, because these songs are pretty good. And same goes with Seeds with Ryan Tedder. Ryan Tedder's just kind of made himself known these days as like this amazing hit songwriter, selling courses and YouTube videos and writing songs for everybody and trying to show everybody how to do it, and he's really good at it. So here he is singing, though, one of somebody else's songs that he didn't write, and I thought he did a pretty good job singing on it, so actually enjoyed that. Kiss the Bride, the song that John wrote for his daughter, with Billy Falcon singing on it, also somebody I'm not super familiar with their stuff. I feel just Billy's, what he sang was kind of fine. It was deeper, lower tone than John sings in, but I don't know. The lyrical content just made it seem like it should have been just John's song. It was just kind of weird hearing somebody else sing it with him when it's for his daughter and you got some other dude jumping in and singing. I don't know, it just kind of was weird for me. So other than that, the song was fine, but I just thought it was weird having two dudes sing it. So anyway, on to the next one, The People's House, which has the Warren Treaty. Also not familiar with, but what they did was gave it a cool like gospel song. Actually, this gave me I didn't catch it the first time around, but like a Keep the Faith type feel. Obviously not the bass line, but just the feel of the song and the style of the song actually gave me that type of feel. It kind of gave me, it was a little reminiscent of that area there. So yeah, it's an area of John's I've always enjoyed. So I thought that was a pretty cool take on this. My favorite one on here, however, is Walls of Jericho. The chorus is a little close to being cheese, but it's got Joe singing on it, and so whatever Joe did on this one, it's got his little flair and his style. It really brought the song to life. I really enjoyed hearing him sing it. They've been like friends, I guess, for years and years and years. I remember them, seeing pictures of them together and all the magazines I used to get. So I guess they've known each other a very, very long time, and it was kind of cool hearing them sing something together. That was probably my favorite one here on the whole disc. So that was kind of cool. I wrote a song with Lainey Wilson. Not familiar with her at all, but cool country sounding voice, very amazing singer. Might have to check out some of her stuff, even though I'm really not in the country. Her voice was so good that I might have to check out some of her stuff. Living in Paradise with Avril Lavigne. I wasn't too excited because I've heard a couple other things Avril's done with other people, and it never really did much for me. This one, however, was really, really good. So she gave it her little flair and little style, and actually worked really well on the song. My First Guitar with Marcus King. I'm just realizing how many of these artists I'm really not that familiar with. Marcus King is another one. It was decent. Like I said, it didn't change it much, in my opinion, of what I thought of the song first, and it's probably one of the weaker songs on the album for me. And the weakest song for me of all was Hollow Man with Bruce Springsteen. I know people love Bruce, but the song it sounds like a Bruce Springsteen song, but not as good as the stuff that Bruce writes. So I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. And then they throw on the end here a Spanish version of We Make It Look Easy, with Karen Leon. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Not familiar with that person at all. I don't understand any Spanish, so it was just kind of like, okay, here's another song. There it is. But it didn't matter to me because I couldn't understand anything it was saying. Other than that, it was a decent song. I don't know the artist at all, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I didn't get anything out of that one. And that's kind of where it was for me. Some of the songs I actually thought were really good, and some of them about the same, and there's a couple that I could deal without. And luckily, all those were at the very end. So if I turn off this disc at track 11, it was a pretty good CD. So 11 out of 14 ain't bad. I'll give him that. That was a pretty good disc. I'm glad he did this, otherwise I probably never would have listened to this CD again, if I'm being honest. But here it is. Enjoyed it. I'm kind of glad he did it. You feel free to comment whatever you think on here. We don't have to agree on anything. We could agree on everything. We could disagree on everything. It doesn't matter. Leave your comments. What do you guys think of it? It's just my first thoughts of it, and that's that. And until he does something else, I assume they're going to go out there and keep plugging at it. He sounds like he's just ready to keep going. So why else would he get that done if you didn't want to, the voice surgery, if you didn't want to keep going? So hopefully, I would love to hear just a little bit more rockin' album. He's kind of fallen into the certain style. like quite a few albums now, that maybe he could just try something a little bit. I mean, he's done this for a while now, so maybe, you know, even Bruce, who I seems to be like he's kind of trying to do on a style similar to that, even tries different things. So hopefully he goes and tries something else on the next album. But until then, we will see you.